The course itself is excruciatingly hard. I can't even tell you. I mean, it's like a lot of times the only day I gave myself Saturdays off, and other than outside of those days, I was constantly working on either the assignments that were due or the lessons that were due. You have to do 9 lessons, and you have to do 4 written assignments. All of this in a 1 month period. Now it sounds like, oh well, I'll have plenty of time to do that. No, I was constantly, running short of getting this stuff done before going to class. Um, so I guess overall, I would say that the experience was fine. Um, I I thought the experience going around the city and that was great. I mean, the people in Bogota are friendly. There's some dangerous areas. There's some people that will try to scam you because you're like a gringo. Um, but overall the people are really friendly and nice. Um, but as far as the school goes, the class, I was a little bit disappointed because we had 3 instructors. 2 of the instructors were fantastic. One of them was, I would say, almost better than most of the instructors I had at Iowa State. And he was that good. I learned so much from him, and he was so helpful. He was strict. There was a certain way you had to do things in his class, but it was for your own good. So you can, he explained it. He didn't just say, do it because I said so. Do it because this is the reason why. And he is taught everywhere. We're talking like France. I think he was somewhere in the Middle East for about 5 or 6 years. He's just all over the place. And the reason why he was in Bogota is because he thought he heard Colombia and thought warm tropical weather because he's from England and that's what he wants. Well, got to Bogota and it's like 50 to 60 degrees down there. Miserable. So, but anyway, I was glad that he made that mistake because it helped me so much, and so did the other professor. The first professor we have was a completely different story. The person he gave no feedback whatsoever. I mean, essentially, like if you did a bad lesson, he just said you did a bad lesson. Matter of fact, one day he we all 3 did bad lessons, even though I don't think that the lessons we taught were bad by any standards. Um, but he just, we walk into class and he's like, "Wow, I hope none of you thought that any of those lessons that you taught were good. They were all crap." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's a confidence builder." And then he proceeded not to tell us why they were crap. He essentially just did a class on how not to speak so much in front of students. And basically I walked away from that thinking, okay, the only thing that I did wrong was talking in front of students a lot. I don't know. I mean, literally, I could have gotten more feedback from a magic 8-ball. But it was real discouraging having him to start the course with. I about threw in the towel. Once I got to the another thing he did was he would sit there and he would mock you during like your lessons, like not he'd sit there and make fun of you to like whatever students like. He's like, "What's he doing? What's that person doing up there?" And like you could see this out of the corner of your eye. Like one lesson, he completely stopped me. I was trying to monitor a student to see if they understood the what I was asking them to do, and he literally stood up and said, "Stop! Stop! Don't talk to the students." It's like, damn. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was extremely unprofessional. I mean, but luckily, the one professor I said was above par, like super instructor. Luckily, I had him right after this guy. I mean, the first lesson I did for the other instructor, the right after getting this crappy instructor, I failed because I developed a lesson plan that would have passed for the previous instructor, and then the second instructor, he was, he was like, what are you doing? So I went on to explain. It's like, no, no, listen, this is, he talked me through everything, and with explanation. That's the big key. It's like, don't just tell me, to do it this way. Explain why, so I understand. And that's what the second and the third instructors did. The first instructor did not. So anyway, as far as the whole CELTA experience, that left me a little bit sour to it. So overall, would I recommend taking the CELTA or CELTA, however you want to pronounce it? I would if you were in a situation like mine. I'm still going to go to Korea, but I didn't want to take an entire semester to get like an endorsement to go teach in Korea. So what I did was I took the CELTA or CELTA course. Now Iowa State this year, I believe, is offering a TESOL certification, which actually serves the same purpose. If I had more time, like if I was planning on, instead of going in February, going in September next year, I would have probably rethought about everything and taken it at Iowa State, because I imagine the information is essentially the same, except with the CELTA, it is condensed down to 1 month. And that is so stressful. I mean, I can't tell you how stressful it is. I have an English degree. My degree is in English. I've taken education classes. And some of those skills and knowledge I thought would transfer to this course. And some of it did. But I can't, honestly, I don't know how some of the people made it through without at least that base knowledge. And actually, some of the people didn't. We had 2 people fail from the course. So it's really hectic. Or not hectic, but just condensed and overpowering. Or overwhelming, not overpowering. But so that's my recommendation. If you have if you just want to, get something, if you can take it, if you can handle it, sure, go for it. Go for the taking the CELTA. But if you need more time, like I think I actually needed more time to digest a lot of the information, I would recommend going and getting a TESOL from your local university or college, whatnot, because even though it's going to take you a longer period of time, it allows you more time to digest it. And I actually think they have extended CELTA programs throughout the states as well, like New York and Denver and that. Maybe even take one of those if it's a program that offers it over like a part-time program. Because I would highly recommend that, because it allows so much more time to for you to really digest the information. Other than that, get a TESOL. If you I think that the weight or importance wise, they try saying that the CELTA is so much better than a regular TESOL and it's looked upon so much better. And it might be. I can't say whether that's true or not, because I haven't been out in the ESL world, so I don't know. But in my eye, I think that they probably share the same information. So anyway, that's about it. So it's kind of a mixed review. It's kind of, I went and did it. I would, would I do it again? Maybe. It just depends on how much time I guess I have. If I had enough time, I wouldn't do it again. So that's how I feel about that. Other than that, back in Iowa now. Did come back. You can't see it, but I've lost about 12 pounds. And I went to the gym last night, so I'm really sore. Figured, I lost the weight, may as well work out a little bit before going overseas again. So, hope y'all are doing good. And I'll talk to you later. Oh, let me know if there's any questions you have. Go ahead and on my blog, I have a place where it has a contact me. Go ahead and contact me on there, because I'd love to answer the questions through video. Because between now and when I go to Korea, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of videos I make. So if you have any questions, you have any ideas what you'd like me to do a video on, or I'll certainly go ahead and do that. Be sure to watch the next video if you have questions concerning the phone I used down in Bogota, which was like a Nokia phone, and it worked great with Skype, and it worked great with the Sims down there. So anyway, now that's the final wrap up there. So I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for watching.